everybody. So let's talk about the square between Venus and Mars in a composite chart. So this is a really sexy aspect to have, although it does stimulate the self-gratification bone, in no pun intended, in both people. So we tend to make very strong demands on each other when it comes to fulfillment of our desires. We want the other person to act strongly, that is to use the Mars, which is how we get things, to fulfill what it is that we want, which is the Venus principle. Venus is what we want, Mars is how we get it. So with the square, there's friction in what the two people want and how they'll go about fulfilling that. So we want very much the other person to fulfill our needs in a way that we find fulfillment in, to act in a way that's in tune with our sensibilities. But that's not what's happening. So there's this real sexy tension that develops between the two people. We are not going to lose sight of each other when we have this square, because there's this sort of constant teasing that happens, or just enough denial of what it is that we want that we're very much desirous that the other person fulfill what it is that's unfulfilled. So there's a bit of a game, a flirtation game that develops between the two people. Now, if we have a healthy relationship, and if we have good reasons to be together, and we have relatively well-matching values, this is a fine square to have. It will create the right kind of romantic climate for a long-term, very satisfying sexual relationship to exist. If we have a relationship that has some very selfish things going on, that is already about self-gratification, or if it's very plutonic, if it's very Uranian in some other ways, like unbalanced in a Uranian way, then we bring this into the mix. Then it's going to bring more self-serving kinds of motivations to the surface. So you would want to evaluate it in the overall context of what the relationship is, to see what is it going to lend to things, because it can be one of those things where it's like the straw that breaks the camel's back in a relationship that already is more geared towards self-gratification, or being with somebody so we feel a certain way about ourselves. If it's a more selfless kind of relationship, or again, just a relationship built on shared values or lifestyles, if there's good motivations for being together, then it's okay, this particular square. It will still show up as making some strong demands on each other. That will still occur. But it isn't something that has to be detrimental to the relationship. It isn't something that has to build resentment in the relationship. But we can see it contribute towards that in other situations. So look at everything there. All in all, it does bring out some of our more hidden selfishness. Like we can behave more demanding or selfishly towards each other when we have the square than we would with other people. We can just want more from them, and that can be somewhat exhausting. Sometimes we kind of have to put our hands up and say, listen, I've done what I can for the day, and I need something left for myself. And then that can bring up some tension. The lack of being very willing to fulfill the other person's needs. So again, there is some amount of friction and argumentativeness that will come up as a result of the square, but it can be part of a very entertaining and lively romantic relationship if it's in the context of a relationship that overall is okay. So it can be a good one to have. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on the internet at truthandaspectastrology.com, Facebook, Instagram, other social media at Truth and Aspect Astrology. I also have a subscriber option on my website if you're looking for more content, question and answer videos, live chat sessions, teaching videos. Check me out over there. And I'm not currently meeting with clients right now, so I can focus on teaching full-time and creating content full-time. I'll be opening my own teaching academy next month, and I'll announce that more as that comes up. But check my schedule out in the future. I'm sure it will open up for clients probably around the new year. And I'll be back super soon with more videos. Bye-bye.